Hello! Hello, hello, hello! Hello, my pixies, hello! Hi, everyone. I hope you guys are having a good day. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how you're doing. I hope you guys are doing good. Hello! Hi, Solaria. Hi, Lyra. And hi, Tapani. Here's your fairy wink wonk. And then he's gonna crawl back to his shadows. See, I told you. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day. Tis Monday, tis Monday. Okay. So we are doing some tarot as usual on Mondays. So if you would like a tarot reading, you are welcome to join the freebie queue by doing !join on Twitch. If you are on YouTube, you can ask in the chat and I will add you to the queue. However, just remember that free readings are chosen randomly, so it's possible you might not get one. However, if you would like to guarantee yourself a reading during stream, you are welcome to donate to my Kofi. You get more cards and your reading is guaranteed and prioritized. But that's always chill, you know. Only if you want and are able to. Hi, Isa Nornim. I don't know if I said that right, but hello. Hi. Doing good overall. I mean, I've been kind of emotional this morning, I'm not gonna lie. Mainly because I finished watching Heated Rivalry, and that made me cry a little, I'm not gonna lie. It made me cry, but it was beautiful. It was very sweet. It was very sweet. My name is Eska. Eska. Okay. Let me know if I'm saying that right. But yeah, !join if you would like a chance for a free reading. Let me look who's in the list here. Yeah, we just have Solaria. And Eska. So I will give anyone else who wants to join the queue a moment while I get my tarot cards out, and then we will pick our first free reading for today. Okay, I need to sip some water. Okay, let me grab my decks. Bump. Ooh, I need to take my vitamins. This is a reminder to hydrate and take your meds if you haven't taken your meds. Also, make sure you eat something. Okay, got these ones. Hold on, I have to like reach. I could stand, but like, I don't really want to. Ooh, you know what? I want to use my Livette the Ghost Tarot. I haven't used that one in a few streams, to be honest. Where is it? I don't know, is it only me? How is your voice so soft? I mean, I am naturally very soft-spoken. But yes, volume improvement is... Yeah, I have a very, like, I have a very soft voice. I'm very quiet. I actually, like, I purposely, like, project my voice a little bit more when I'm streaming. Yeah, I kind of have a problem where sometimes I kind of just, like, people don't hear me IRL. Or even, like, I think I've noticed sometimes Discord doesn't always pick up my audio that well, so I have to, like, project, because I just have a very naturally quiet voice. Okay, I got these ones, this book, and then I think you can call me Sun. Wait, are you the Sunny? Are you the Sunny that I've met before? I think in Botan's server. Sunny! Okay, I thought your name was familiar, but I wasn't always sure. Hi, I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. Okay. Lyric Ghost. I love this deck. I love all my tarot decks. But okay. This one. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. I think it's still just Sunny and Eska in the queue. So let me see who's gonna be the first freebie. Give me a moment. Thank you for the lurk, Lyra. I hope you enjoy your lurk. Take care of yourself. I've been good. How about you, Woon? I'm glad you're doing good. I've been pretty good overall. You know, have my ups and downs, but like overall, I feel like I'm in an era of my life where things are just a lot better in general, a lot happier, and I'm just very grateful for a lot of things right now. But yeah, today I'm just a little emotional because I finished watching Heated Rivalry this morning, and I don't know, it's just like, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who wants to watch it, but like, it's a very sweet story. And also I just relate to the queer struggles, you know, as someone who's trans queer person myself. But yes, okay. The first freebie is gonna go to Eska. Congrats, you've been chosen for the first reading of today. So let me know what your question is, and if you would like, you can choose from one of my freebie spreads right here. But if you have something specific that you're not quite sure what spread you would like, no worries, we can figure it out. I might ask you, some questions for context or whatever, based on what you're wanting. But yeah, let me know what kind of reading you're wanting. Will my career be good? Will live streaming better in the future? Ooh, okay, okay. Yeah, we can look into that. We can look into that. Let's see. We could definitely do General A for you, and I will just kind of, or not General A, General C, which is your current energy, your possible future, and advice. I feel like that's a good one to kind of gauge things. But yeah. Let me write you down in my book so I can save your timestamp for later. Yeah. We shall see what comes up. We shall see what comes up. General C. Feature. Okay. I will be right back for like just a second. Just a second. But yeah. So basically, I am going to shuffle your cards off camera. Because of the way like my stuff is set up, kind of have to like reach for the camera. But don't worry, I will show you your cards once I shuffle them, and I'll get you your timestamp and everything. But yeah, I usually leave this up just to give people a chance to read it while I'm shuffling, you know. But yes, I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab something real quick. I'll be like 2 seconds. Okay. Oh yeah, guys, I finally brought out some of my other rings. Some of my other rings. Because I've been wearing the same green one for like months. Because I've just been kind of lazy. Oh yeah, I was gonna put a band-aid on my finger because I accidentally stabbed myself yesterday. I think it should be fine, maybe, but if it bothers me, I might put on a band-aid, but... I just don't want, like, the cards to, like, accidentally, like, stab it. I'm sure it'll be fine. Better get that bit. Okay, maybe, you know what? Okay, fine. I probably should. It's not bleeding. I just don't want it to, like, open up. Cards can wait. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, I got a band-aid. Hold on, let me put it on. This one's kind of bigger than... I had a smaller one, but whatever. I couldn't find my whole stash. Yes, you should. Safety, comfort, dog. Yeah, I mean, the wound is fine. I just don't want it to, like... I just don't want the cards to, like... Like, I could show you guys. It's not... It kind of just looks like a paper cut, but it's like a little... It's definitely deeper than a paper cut. It's not like that. It's just like... It's just a cut on my finger. It happened yesterday, so... Okay. Band-aid. Oh no, I'm not doing a good job at putting this on. Okay, hold on. I also have just like very small fingers. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Why am I struggling? Band-aid moon, okay. Okay. Almost. Okay, there we go. Okay, I got the band-aid on. You put Vaseline on it, it'll heal quick. Yeah, I have Neosporin somewhere, I think. I know that helps a lot, but I'll probably do that later. Okay, back to the cards. What cards are we using, Spirit? Well, first we gotta get this guy's current energy. It's not fresh, it's from yesterday. At least I don't consider that fresh. Okay, what is Eska's current energy? And what do we need to know in regards to their career and their future? I think you can put Neosporin on like a fresh wound, I think. Like a, maybe not like a crazy big wound, but like a, you know, a band-aid wound. I think. I don't know, I was told to do that, but I didn't want to, so I just washed it and then put a band-aid on it yesterday. Okay, what is Eska's current energy? Okay. Okay. Let's pull for the future. Oh, that one blocked right out. Hey, is this reverse? Okay, this is reversed. Okay. And let's do this one for the advice card. What is Eska's advice? Interesting. Okay. Let me put this over here. And now let me get you your timestamp. I have a gut feeling my intuition is saying something good is about. Yeah, we shall see, we shall see. We'll get into it. This ring's kind of full. It's okay. Okay, timestamp. You could let me click on that. Oh my gosh, okay. Yes. Oops. Okay. So, Eska, your timestamp is 48 minutes and 3 seconds. So, since I'm streaming on both Twitch and YouTube right now, if you ever want to rewatch a reading, you can do so over on my YouTube channel. All my streams save there afterwards, and I usually put the timestamp in the comments below when stream is over. Yeah, so let me write that in my book, and then we'll get started. Cool. Okay. So, representing your current energy right now, Eska, we have the Earthworm. Representing the energy of your possible future, we have, I believe this is the King of Pentacles in reverse. And for your advice card, we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I got my tiger's eye ring today. It's a really big ring. It doesn't really fit my fingers very well, but yeah. Okay. So the Earthworm, it is an earth type, which I mean, I know it says earth, but not all of them have that in it. So this is an earth energy. I do feel like this energy is very like consistent, hardworking. Like, you know, I just like literally like see an earthworm like in the dirt, just digging tunnels, moving forward, kind of staying just in the ground. That's kind of the imagery that comes to mind immediately. Oh, also, please take whatever resonates, and if something doesn't resonate, then you can just ignore it. I'ma just do my best to channel messages that come through. But, you know, it's possible I might not get everything right, or it may not resonate for you. And also, I'll mention this again when we get into the future part of the reading, but, just remember that the future's always changing, energy's always changing. I could be right, I could be wrong when it comes to the future, so please remember that. Hi, Maddie! How are you? I hope you're having a good day. But yes, okay, back to the earthworm. I almost feel like you could be like maybe kind of concealing yourself a little bit. You know, because I see all this color. And I feel like this is like your inner world. Maybe, I don't know, it just represents some part of you, or maybe multiple parts of you, that I feel like you're like keeping close to your chest. Because all the color is just right here. And I feel like you are just like clutching that close to your chest and just moving forward in these dark tunnels. And I almost feel like you're just, it's like you're digging around and you're doing what you've been told, I just heard. Or doing what you think is best. What you've been taught, something like that. And you're just moving forward, digging these tunnels in the dirt. But I almost feel like you're like searching for something. It could be something specific. It could be something more abstract, to be honest, but I just feel like you're keeping a lot inside you. You're holding a lot. And I was really feeling that as I was like pulling your cards. Like I have like an emotional feeling, but I also want to be careful because I know I have been feeling that way today. Like I've been feeling emotional and just like there's a lot of like built up emotion in my chest. And I feel that very much right now. So some of that might be my own energy. But I don't know, I feel like that's kind of what I'm feeling with yours as well a little bit. You were correct. I have just way too much, and Underworld is conflicting. I'm searching for a gateway to express myself. It's 15 long years. Yeah, it's that feeling of like, because I literally have been feeling that way today. Like, I cried a little bit, but like, and last night, like, I've just been, it's like these things that are kind of been inside me have kind of like come back to the surface. And for me, it was because I watched Heated Rivalry, which is a gay hockey show, if you didn't know. And I think it was just reminding me of like my own struggles as a trans queer person, and that's why I've been emotional, because it's kind of like, for me, where I'm at right now, there's just some stuff that I just kind of push to the side. And I'm like, I'm not gonna deal with that right now. And I've been doing that for a while. So anyways, I kind of mentioned that to relate to you in a way. The first card looks so familiar on the left. Yes, this is the anime tarot. This is the anime tarot. But yes, it's also kind of crazy because, like, I don't know, this just reminds me of, like, it's like rainbow colors, queer, gay colors or whatever. That doesn't necessarily have to be what you're dealing with, but, that's what I'm, like, relating it to with myself. But, yeah. So, let us read the page for the earthworm. Can I say what I'm thinking once you're done? Yeah! I mean, as long as you follow my rules in my chat, you are welcome to talk. Just make sure it follows my rules. Okay, let me find the earthworm page. Thank you, Tapani. Thank you, Tapani. I hope you're having a good day, Tap. I know you haven't been feeling well. I know you've been recovering. Okay. Here is the page in case you want to pause it in the future. Alright, so the keywords are shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision. We have all felt the woes of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm indicates a newbie or novice working to establish confidence in a new field. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember they once felt like an earthworm too. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time, and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it a beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights. Also, is my filter on? It's not. Aha! Okay. My little echoey, ominous voice filter, it's back. Okay. Glad I checked that before I got too far into the stream. Okay, but back to the page. When in balance, earnest, intelligent, valuable. When out of balance, self-conscious, apprehensive. To bring into balance, speak up, risk embarrassment. Ooh, okay. One thing I do want to mention, as I was like saying speak up, my voice cracked. And I feel like there's a little message there of like, whether it's like literally speaking up or this is more of a figurative thing, to use your voice and not be afraid to, even if your voice is shaky, even if it's hard, even if you feel like you can barely get the words out. I don't know, that was just something specific that came through because this is how my voice cracked when I was saying that. That's crazy. We have all felt the woes of the earthworm. Yeah, I think you are learning and figuring out I guess the ways you can express yourself, the ways you can do that, because maybe you're just kind of very like you just have no idea how to go about things. Or, well, okay, there is this other specific thing that kind of came up relating to your possible future, so I might get into that in a second. Yeah, okay, actually, I do want to get into this now. So, we're going to be talking about your possible future now, so please take it with a grain of salt anytime I'm talking about the future. The future is always changing, energy is always changing. You also have a choice. You can change this outcome. I want you to understand that. You can change this. You have the power to, because it hasn't happened yet. This is just based off of the current energy right now, but it can absolutely change. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this King of Pentacles, this feels like a person. It could even be a group of people in your life. It's okay if I'm kind of wrong about that, but this feels like a presence. Someone who kind of might be overbearing, constrictive. This could even represent like society even, or just like, I don't know, like a town you live in, something like that, if it's not a specific person. I just heard the word pressure. I don't know, it just feels like this is someone who maybe you feel like is like above you. There's like this is so specific, so it's okay if I'm a little wrong, you know. And also, by the way, you don't have to tell me anything you don't want to. Just want to mention that you're not required to say anything about your life, you know. But I don't know, I just like this energy was so specific when I pulled this when I pulled this card. I almost feel like now that I'm looking at it, like right now, it's almost like this is like upright. Like, this feels like you are this earthworm kind of being forced in the ground underneath the surface. And whatever this is, whoever this is kind of like above you. And it feels like, I almost see that they're like sitting on pillows, like they're just sitting above you, and it maybe feels like you can't like escape. I think there's also something to note about the fact that this is a cat and this is an earthworm and this is you. It feels very suffocating. But something I want to point out, actually, there was 2 cards that popped out. The earthworm was the one that kind of showed like this, right? But there was another card that popped out, and usually I don't do multiple, but like, I just felt like, let me see if I can find it. I feel like mentioning it now because I feel like this is important for you to understand. I'm being pressured by people around me in workplace. I'm trying to change. I'm so sorry. That's gotta it feels suffocating. Okay. No, wait. This is not. I keep looking at that one. Where is it? Around here somewhere. Okay. So the other card that popped out briefly when I was shuffling for you with your energy is this hawk card. I think, you know, this is how you feel, but in reality, you have a lot more power, a lot more strength, a lot more value than you maybe realize. Maybe it's kind of like, it almost feels like you're maybe like a hawk that thinks you're an earthworm, you know? That thinks you just have to, you know, in a position where you're just like stuck underground and suffocating under the dirt and just having to hold all this in. But in reality, you are meant to fly. You are meant to soar freely and express yourself the way you want. And you deserve that. And no one should be telling you otherwise. And people who do are not meant for you. And I think you already recognize that. As you're saying, you're trying to change your workplace, which is good. I think it's good to get away from that when possible. Because yeah, the truth is you don't have to be like this. You don't have to stay like this. You're not supposed to be in that energy forever. You don't deserve a life where you live beneath others. We are equals here. We are all equals here in this life. It doesn't matter where you are, who you are, where you come from, how much money you have. You know, we're all human. I never got the respect or the value after work. That's so frustrating. I'm so sorry. You deserve so much better. I feel like crying. I work more than others and keep helping. Yeah. I'm glad you're recognizing your worth because you absolutely deserve better. Especially, you shouldn't be working hard only for people to be disrespectful after you are doing so much and giving so much of your energy and time. That's just awful. And that says more about them than it says about you. So with your possible future, I see you learning to overcome this. And I think something you should know is to take the lessons of this situation into your new workplace and figure out, maybe you kind of let people walk all over you sometimes, step on you metaphorically, like, because you think you're an earthworm or you just kind of embody this energy. But it's like, you don't even have to walk on the ground. You have this hawk in you, you know? It doesn't make you a bad person to ask for help. It doesn't make you a bad person to ask for respect, to ask for space, you know? To collaborate with people to make things work for you and not just work for them. You know, you deserve to have peace as well. So I think you should definitely learn the lessons. There's things you should take away from this workplace that you're leaving, because I do see you working past this energy in the future, because this is reversed now. You know, the pentacles represent the material world. They do represent like money, finances, but they also mainly represent like the material world, material possessions, the environment. And I see you, it's literally you like flipping the narrative. So I do see there is change, and I think it's good change. But a lot of that comes from you changing internally and not, I think you need to, if you want to see more of this change, like with your workplace and even in a new place that you'll be working, like, you have to embody more of this hawk energy than just letting people push you into this earthworm energy, if that makes sense. You have to believe that you can be this hawk and believe that you have wings and that you can fly. Don't let yourself be just stuck on the ground thinking you're just an earthworm, you know? Because you feel a lot internally. You know, there's a lot, you already are doing such a good job. You should be proud of yourself for recognizing a lot of these things. Because I'm sure that's taken a lot for you, you know, to recognize these things and actually try to start making a change. So be proud of yourself and the progress that you've made. You need to, I just heard this specifically, you need to respect yourself if you want others to respect you. That felt like a very big thing, like, I don't know, from your guides or something. Like, you need to talk to yourself nicely, be kind to yourself, respect yourself, and others will, you know, others will follow that. But if you don't have respect for yourself, or a lack of respect for yourself, that's when it's easier for people to kind of push you into this corner again. So don't let that happen. You can always start fresh, and I think you will. Especially, like I said, once you change internally. And I think this might even be a little bit of advice, like, while you're still working there, is to do your best to start to embody that self-respect and embody more of this. Because it's inside you, it's there. A lot of times people like that will just continue to push your buttons and see how far they can push you. Which is why you have to show them what is the limit. You have to show them when it's not okay. Instead of just accepting things, you know? Okay. I've started self-talk to myself. Oh, I do that all the time. I talk to myself a lot. I say affirmations all the time now. Like, and when I mean I say affirmations, I'm saying affirmations to myself like it is a daily practice that I do. I worked, very hard to get to where I'm at right now, you know? I think affirmations are great. And I personally have like really tried to keep up that narrative like all day instead of just doing it like a little bit and then going back to like a narrative where I'm just feeling sorry for myself or just like, you know, whatever it may be, you know. Hi, Ian. Hi, Remy. Hello. I hope you guys are having a good day. Let me shout you out, Remy. If you guys don't know Remy, Remy the Druid is one of my bestest friends. And Remy also streams. So you should follow Remy if you're not following Remy. That's one of my besties right there. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. And Remy's pronouns are she, they. Just so you know. Okay, anyways, let us move on to your advice card. No, you, Remy. You're so sweet. Thank you. I think you guys are doing repo right now. I know Remy does modded repo Monday, so I hope you guys have fun with that. Okay. But for your advice, Eska. Yeah, have fun. Don't die too much. Be nice. Be nice to each other. Friendship. Aw, you guys are so nice. Okay. So, with your advice. So, the Nine of Pentacles in general, especially upright, is an energy of working really hard to, like, as an individual, working really hard to receive this abundance in your life. And being at a place where, you know, you're starting to see the fruits of your labor pop up or whatever, right? It is in reverse though, and I do want to glance at the guidebook for this one. Hi, Stella is an angel. I hope you're having a good day. La, da, 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 da. Okay. Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. I haven't used this deck in a while because I've been using my newer ones. But all of these are like my older decks, or I say older, but like these just are the ones I mostly used until I got my new tarot decks for Christmas. But yeah. How many decks do you have? I have a handful now. At least, let's see. I mean, I could count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, I haven't used that one in a while. 7, 8. At least 8. There might be some I'm not thinking of right now. But yeah. I want 1,000,000. I want 100. I want a bajillion. My collection is nothing compared to a lot of other tarot readers I know. Like, I know people who have like rooms filled of tarot decks, okay? And that is my dream. I'm trying to collect them all, you know, like Pokemon. Because what I love about it is that, like, you know, the same card can like bring up a different interpretations just because of like the art. Okay, here's the guidebook in case you want to pause it in the future. Ska. Okay. Reversed attributes. Loneliness, insecurity, lack of fulfillment. When reversed, the Nine of Pentacles hints that although you're missing something, let me read that again. The Nine of Pentacles hints that although you have everything you've worked hard for, you might still feel as though you're missing something. Maybe your independence and self-sufficiency have left you feeling a bit lonely. Or maybe you have all the money, but none of the sense of security or safety. There's no point in having wealth and prosperity if you're still unhealthy or unhappy. Take some time to do some introspection. Are you longing for community and partnership? What's making you feel so vulnerable and at risk? See if you can change course and fulfill your spiritual needs. Yeah, I think, especially if you maybe have debated, because I don't know, maybe, this job pays the bills, does what it needs to, I think you're kind of getting to a point where you realize that is not everything you need to consider, especially when you're working in an environment that you're in constantly. You need to be, happy and safe and content in what you're doing. I mean, I think it's okay sometimes to dislike your job or whatever, but if you're feeling, what you've been describing to me, if you're in an environment like that, there is not much for you there. And sometimes, you need to, it just hurt in my head again. You need to definitely prioritize other things than just the material, wealth you get from this job, or just what is on paper, almost, follow what is calling to you, what feels more fulfilling to you, because I think that's another thing about this is you're a hard worker, and I think you know how to get things done, but I think now you're kind of facing the fact of but is this what I want to do with my life? What, we're not meant to be machines. We're not meant to just work. We're meant to live. And now you need to figure out how you want to live your life and not just how you should be. I always wanted to be a writer, I actually can write just about. Oh my gosh, that's exciting. Me too. What's funny is last stream I did, I was talking about that because I also love to write. I've always been a writer as well. I love writing stories, mostly fictional stuff. But I was pretty good at language arts in school. That is where I excelled. I was not, my brain was not there for math, but I could write essays. But yeah, for you, that's exciting. I think definitely look for opportunities that could get you there, it might not start off sometimes you gotta take the steps that kind of can lead you on that path. And I especially believe if it's really meant for you, if it's something you want, you will find a way, you will figure it out. You just also have to start looking for those opportunities and looking for the steps you can take. And I think what's beautiful about the era of life we live in, the era of humanity, is there is so much online. There is there's YouTube. That's a whole platform full of videos of people talking about literally so many things. There's so many tutorials. There's just so much. And I think if you just, start looking and just start figuring it out, you'll find the right steps to be where you want and follow and get to where you want. It might not start off exactly how you think it will, or but life kind of leads us in places in mysterious ways. That's really what happened with me and streaming with tarot. Because I originally didn't even think about, I never thought I would be a streamer. I never even thought I'd be doing paid tarot readings for people online, But yet here I am, you know, like things just kind of lined up in such a crazy way for me to get to where I am. And I think that's the same for everyone. But we have to be brave enough to actually follow that. You know? I wrote something like a book named From Quiet Corners of My Mind. It's self-talk when I shout about it. That's awesome. Keep writing. Maybe your baby steps is, you know, setting a goal for like writing every day. Like even just 5 minutes, like even just like trying to make time to like write for like 5 minutes. That can truly change so much. Yeah, it's so crazy, you know, that you came here with this reading, because I feel like I'm relating a lot to you. Honestly, I feel like anytime I give people a reading, it's, you know, it was supposed to happen. But like, because like I'm also a writer, and also like, I'm not even just saying this, like last week I actually like, there's this writer, this young author who really inspires me, and I hadn't checked in on her in like a couple years, to be honest. And so I randomly decided to check in on her last week. And then I found something she wrote in just like a blog she did recently, and it made me cry because I was like, oh my god, she's talking about struggles that I relate to, and I don't know. And she also has a YouTube video she just released recently. I haven't watched it yet, but I've been meaning to, because I also have been really wanting to get back into writing. I've just been more focused on tarot and my art commissions recently, but yeah, if you want to check her out, she has a YouTube channel. She's the author of the book called I Fell in Love with Hope. Her name is Lankali. You don't have to, but I just thought I'd mention that. But anyways, yes. I do be rambling. Overall, I think your advice is like, you are correct in wanting to lead yourself somewhere else in life. Like, don't feel like it's a bad idea to want to follow these things that have been kind of stirring inside of you for a long time. That's there for a reason. You're not meant to suppress it. You're not meant to hold all this in forever. You know, you're meant to have this color not just be held close and tight and just concealed, but this color is meant to flow, you know, and be expressed. And you can absolutely get yourself to a place where you're doing that in life. I certainly am. I didn't think I'd be here. I'm doing a lot of stuff that like I would have like dreamed of doing even just a few years ago. Like, I just never thought things would work out for me like this, you know? But I've worked very hard to get to where I am right now, and I'm very happy and I'm very proud of myself. But a lot of that was me being brave and me taking a chance on myself and figuring it out and actually just going towards that, following that, even when it was really difficult. And I still have my struggles, you know, but I'm very grateful for what I have right now. I think you're doing great. You're doing great, Asuka. And I think a lot of the struggle, especially you're feeling right now, like, there's definitely going to be struggle in this transition period for you, but I'm really excited. Because I just feel like there is all this emotion and potential swirling inside of you, and I'm excited for you to start taking the steps to change that and allow yourself to be the person you want to be and be express and live the life that you want to, because you absolutely deserve it, and it is absolutely possible. I promise. But yeah. Okay, I think that's where I'm gonna end your reading, Asuka. I really hope that resonated. I hope that helped you. I really do. And I'm wishing the very, very best for you in the future. Sending all my love and positivity. And yeah, if you ever want to rewatch this reading, just remember you can do so with that timestamp I gave you for my YouTube channel. So yeah. Something in me actually sparked. Ah, I'm glad. And it makes me happy that I can be someone that helps you feel that, you know? Because I've definitely felt that from others. I've had moments where others have kind of inspired me or sparked me to do something, and I'm very grateful for that. So, yeah, I'm wishing you the best. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trusting me. Hi, Uncle Jimmy's basement. I feel like I haven't seen you in chat in a while. I hope you're doing well. You are awesome. Aw, thanks. Also, Stella, thank you so much for following. I really appreciate it. I don't remember if I mentioned that, but, yeah. Oh. That felt good. That felt like a good reading, you know. I'm doing alright. I see. Okay. I am okay. I am just emotional today. But like, I'm okay. Not like in a bad way. I'm just emotional. I'm in my feelings. I finished watching Heated Rivalry this morning. And I mentioned this earlier on stream, but like, I don't know, it's just making me think about my own transgender queer struggles, so like, I'm just in my feelings. It was a beautiful show. But yes, okay. So, as always, I'm gonna go on a quick little ad break between readings. So we will choose our next free reading once we are back from the ads. So if you haven't already, you can join the freebie queue by doing !join on Twitch. If you are on YouTube, you can ask in the chat and I'll add you to the queue. Just remember, free readings are chosen randomly. However, if you would like a guaranteed reading during stream, you are welcome to donate to my Kofi. It is $12 minimum USD. But yeah, you get a guaranteed reading. You also get more cards. That's just because I usually get a lot of requests, and I usually can't get through everyone who wants a free reading. So for anyone who does want a guaranteed one and one that's prioritized and all that, you're welcome to donate to my Kofi, but you don't have to. Completely optional. Your journey is beautiful. Aw. You guys are so sweet. I love you guys. Okay. I will see you guys after the ads. Boom, boom, boom. Wow. I am back. Oh, you guys are doing the thing. I was like, I can just come back early. Wait, is it still going? Okay, wait, no, it is. Ooh. Oh, I see one, I think. Am I right? I am right, I got a word. Oh my gosh, I'm usually making up words with this thing. Blue. Brain? Oh no, hold on. I don't know if that's a word. It is a word, I don't know what it means, but... Nice. Also, thank you for the follow, Maury Moss. Thank you so much. Okay. One second. Okay. We are gonna pick the next free reading. So join the queue if you haven't already joined. !join on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, you can ask, and I will add you to the queue. Just remember, the freebies are chosen randomly. Okay, we got 3 people in the queue. Also, hi OJ on YouTube. I don't know if you're still here, but hello. Okay, let me put these cards away while I give you guys a second to join. Okay. Who is it gonna be? Give me a moment while I figure that out. We shall see what Spirit says. Where did my thing go? I found it. Never mind. Yeah, I just feel so emotional today. Like, I still feel it in my chest, man. Like, I cried this morning a bit when watching Heated Rivalry and finishing it. But, like, sometimes, I don't know, I feel like I struggle to, like, fully cry, if that makes sense. Like, and I don't know, I feel like I just need to, like, sob. But, like, I don't know why it's kind of hard for me to do that, you know? Like, I don't know, I'll like have tears in my eyes and fall, but like I think it takes a lot for me to like actually like sob and just like really cry. Like, I don't know, that's always been difficult for me, or at least I guess probably as I got older, to be honest. It's your tofu, don't let them know. But now they know. Let it go, let it go. I don't know why else is in my brain. Okay. But we are gonna do in a second. Sunny, Sunny, you've been chosen for the next free reading. Let's go. So, let me know what your question is. Let me know what kind of reading you're wanting. And if you would like, you can choose from one of my freebie spreads right here. Thank you for the lurk, Stella. I hope you enjoy your lurk and take care of yourself. General reading, should I tap into my natural ability? Ooh, natural ability. Do you mean like spiritual, or is it like something else? And you don't have to specify too much if you don't want to. Like, as I mentioned before, please, you never have to tell me anything you don't want to. Spiritual. Okay. Ooh, okay. Ooh, I feel like General B might work for you. That is situation, obstacle, and advice. Because I feel like that might give us some information about maybe what would be kind of preventing you. Maybe just some things to know as well. Or we could also do the other one, which is General C, your current energy, possible future, and advice. I will leave that up to you, either B or C. Unless you want me to choose. I don't know, I feel like either of those could work for you. I think it's just more so like whether you want to focus on like, you know, one has obstacle, one is more so talking about like, you know, your future with things, how things might go. Okay, I can choose. Let's do B, since that was the first one I kind of thought of. Let me follow my intuition. Okay. Let me write you down, and I'm gonna shuffle your cards off camera, and I will show you everything once I have your cards and I got it all ready. General B. Oh, I don't have it on lurk command. I usually just... You can just be active in the chat again if you want, or you can just hang around, whatever you're comfortable with. By the way, I just want to let you know, I keep seeing the number 626. Ooh, you should look that up. You should look up angel number 626. That is an angel number! So anytime we see or talk about angel numbers on the Moon the Raccoon channel, I have an angel number counter, so anyone is welcome to use it. Exclamation point angel. "626", that's a really specific one as well. So, if you would like, Sunny, you can look it up. And what I do is sometimes I look up a specific angel number and I just scroll through the different links until I find one that jumps out at me. I just kind of use my intuition with that, to be honest. Okay. We are gonna use the Star Spinner Tarot for you. One of my newer tarot decks. We're gonna use it for everything. No, okay, we're gonna use my Livette one for the advice. Yeah, I would look that up. I would look that up. It tells me to have balance in life between reality and the spirit realm. Ooh. Okay, that seems kind of oddly relevant. That seems relevant to your question. Hmm. Wow, I just feel so emotional today. Like, I'm also feel like I'm reflecting a lot on my life. I don't know, man. Okay, obstacle. Oh. Whoa. I have not seen these cards. What the heck? I have not seen this one yet in this deck. That's crazy. Interesting. Ooh, do I keep? Yeah, you know what? We'll keep. Yeah, today my energy is slightly drained. That's something we touch upon, Sunny. We shall see. I don't know. I'm already kind of getting specific things for you, but I'm holding myself back till we get into your reading, till we get your timestamp and everything. There is vibes, I feel. Okay. And let me pull your last card. Also, just a little reminder, make sure you guys are hydrating, drinking water, eating food, taking your meds. I actually should take my vitamins, huh? I need to take my vitamins. Maybe I should do that real quick. I have them right next to me. Hydrate. You know, we need a like a watering can emote to water chat. Just, hey, you guys are looking a little thirsty. Let me sprinkle some hydration. And you know, soda, energy drinks, coffee, all of that's nice. But you know what is also nice? Actual water. Real water. Or at least a drink that's hydrating, you know? Because coffee is dehydrating. If you didn't know that, coffee is a dehydrant. It actually is taking water away from you. despite it being a liquid. Yes, some good old H2O. Water. Water. Water, water, water. Okay, focus moon. What is the advice card for Sunny? I am feeling a little goofy now, and I feel like that is definitely Sunny's energy, because from what I remember from you, Sunny, you do got that goof. You got that goof energy. You do got that silly. Dude. So many cards are being yeeted at me, but I can only take one. Oh, my dog. My dog wants out of my room. 1 second. Okay, my dogs have traded spots. I bet you one of them's gonna want in or out again. The cards are thrown at me. Dude, they fly every- I was thinking about this earlier, and I'm like, sometimes I wonder if the spirits be pushing the cards on the floor just so I move. Just so I move my body. Just so I de-shrimp for a second. Okay. Okay. Finally got the cards. That took a minute. I hear my other dog scurrying around. 1 second. Okay. Memento mori. Let me grab your timestamp. Ooh, we kind of got an angel number in there a little bit. We got repeating numbers. So, Sunny, your timestamp is 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 52 seconds. So, since I am streaming on both Twitch and YouTube right now, if you ever want to rewatch your reading, you could do so over on my YouTube channel. All my streams save there afterwards, and usually I put the timestamp in the comments below when stream is over. Yeah. But yeah, 5252. That seems really specific. We will add that to the counter. And also, you know what I feel called to? I think we will look at 52. I have this book that has like some angel number meanings specific to the book. Hold on. Ow. I need to stop sitting on my feet. I know I already asked you what the decks you have, but you know the name of the deck you're using right now? Yes. So this one, oh, let me get my ring back. This one is the Star Spinner Tarot. This one is, what ticket? Is the Livette the Ghost Tarot. Love this one. Yeah, those are the two decks I'm using right now. You guys ever want to know? You can just ask. You can just ask. I don't mind. But yeah, okay, before we get started, let's look at in my Psychic Spellcraft book. I have it's like 1 through 100. They have like little angel number meanings, or like just like I guess meanings for those numbers. Let's look at 52. Oh, okay. 52. This is kind of hard to show. Okay. Prepare for busy times. The next week is going to be demanding. Maybe that's partly why your energy is drained. Like maybe you really need to rest right now, Sunny. I don't know if you have anything going on next week or whatnot, but like, I definitely think that's an indication that you should be resting when you can. Okay. So, representing your situation card, we have the Queen of Pentacles. This one's so cute, oh my gosh. And representing your obstacle cards, we got, oh wait, which one is this? Okay, hold on. If anyone can read Roman numerals, what does the V1 mean? Okay, well, we got two, we got an extra card for you. So the first one we got is the moon in reverse, which is crazy because we both have moon in our names. The moon in reverse. And then the second one is this one. Something of Cups. I can't read Roman numerals, so I always just have to look it up. 5. It's 5? Okay, I'll double check that. But we got the 5 of Cups. You're so accurate. I try. I'm glad. I'm glad it's resonating for you so far. I mean, I don't know. I just be doing my thing, and I really do be hoping it's right most of the time, and I've been pretty successful. I've been doing this. I've been doing this for 6 years now. 6 years. I don't know, man. The time is weird. I'm not gonna lie. I can't believe it's been 6 years. That's crazy. Anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it is the 5 of Cups. And for your advice card, we have the 6 of Swords. Focus, moon, focus. Time to be flying. Sunny, I don't know if you like have trouble focusing. I know I do. I got that ADHD brain. But that was just something specifically with your energy I was kind of feeling. By the way, like I said, please take whatever resonates. If something doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. You can just ignore it. I'ma just do my thing and channel messages, and sometimes I might be wrong. Sometimes I might be right. But yeah, okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just like... I don't know. I like your energy, Sunny. It's fun. Okay. So... let me look back at what you... like, your full question. Should you tap into your natural spiritual ability? Ooh, okay. So, Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. She is someone who is, you know, all the queens are very nurturing energy, but especially like the Queen of Pentacles, she's very like, I don't know, I just heard in my head like, homely? Is that a word? I don't know if this is a word, but like, homely? Like, feels like home. Like, very like nurturing in the sense of like physicality, of like environment. Like, she would cook you food, she would provide this space for you, maybe give you things, give gifts. It's kind of that kind of energy, right? She'd also give great hugs. I mean, look at her. In this one, she's hugging this rabbit. Okay, and you know what's interesting is the kings in this deck are represented by rabbits. So I almost see this as like, this is her hugging this rabbit, this king of Pentacles, which is cute. I almost feel like this little rabbit could be you, and this queen could even be like your spirit guides, your spiritual team. That is something I wanted to mention. I feel like your spirit guides, like I like notice their presence right now. They feel like sometimes when I do readings for certain people, I can like really feel their, I don't know how to explain this. And I also, by the way, like, no one has to believe me. Like, I'm not here to push my beliefs on anyone or anything. Like, please, you know, you don't have to believe what I believe or whatever. But with you, I feel this like large presence, and it's not bad. It's very like they're very like giving you a hug. So I feel like the more you lean into exploring your spirituality, don't be afraid. Don't have fear, especially when it comes to your own spiritual team, your own spirit guides. You know, our spirit guides, you know, they're in the spiritual realm, so they don't view things quite like the way we do in this 3D world. You know, they're not you know, they're not you know, they don't have like human egos. They don't judge, you know. Yeah, they don't like, yeah. So just like that, I think that's something that's good to know, because I think a lot of people who are, you know, starting off on their spiritual journey, and those who like do like, you know, connect with their spirit guides, or, you know, kind of believe in that sort of thing or whatever, worry about being judged. And honestly, that's something, you know, I still have my own humanly worries about that, and like, you know, I have my own personal journey with that, but that is something I've heard from like many people any tarot readers, spiritual people, like across the board, you know, they're not your spirit guides. They're there to help you, and they also understand you. And they're not here to like judge you. Like they get you, and you know, and they love you. They're not here to be like harsh. I mean, sometimes they can push you into directions that might seem a little harsh, but like they're not here to hurt or judge you. You know, like I said, they're like, they understand things very different. Like they don't have human egos, you know, or like, you know, I think spirit guides can kind of range. Like they don't have like the current like 3D realm like human ego things, you know, affecting them the way it affects us, if that makes sense. Sometimes, yeah. I don't think you could ever like annoy your spirit guides. Like I said, I don't think that they don't really. Don't worry about it. They love you. You know, they're here with you for a reason. They love you. You really need to just focus on yourself, you know, if that makes sense. Like don't. Yeah. Okay, sorry, my brain. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I kind of see them kind of like this Queen of Pentacles, kind of just like hugging you and just, you know, and just take your time, you know, you don't ever have to rush or force yourself, like regardless of whether you're like directly like interacting with them purposefully, you know, like they're still helping you, they're still there for you, whether or not you choose to like engage with them in certain ways. So, you know, don't put a lot of pressure on yourself, you know, like it's okay. But yeah, let me look at what the guidebook says for this. I absolutely do think they are encouraging you, like if you feel comfortable like exploring more of your spirituality, absolutely go for it, you know. I think that that would make them very happy, but they're also not going to be upset if you don't want to dive into that too much, you know, like it's really what you want. I think there's a lot of beautiful opportunities that will come from that, but at the end of the day, like you have to remember you also have free will, and they are not you, you know, they are not here to force you into anything, you know. They'll kind of like maybe push you a certain direction, but like you have free will, you know, and they will follow you regardless of what direction you take. And like take your time figuring out like what your spirituality means for you, because it means it's very personal, and you don't have to do every single practice you come across. Like just do whatever's comfortable to you. You can experiment and try things, but like just have patience, you know, with yourself. Okay, sorry, let me find, there it is. Yeah, my left ear just rang, oh, that's them. Yeah, that is spirit guides, that is angels. That's a sign. Whenever your ears ring like that, I mean, unless you have, what is it called? There's that, it starts with a T, you know, the thing where like your ears like ring constantly or whatever, and it's like okay, that is different. But like when it's just, you know, if you don't have that, whenever your ears ring, that is a big sign. That is them like confirming things. Especially so like if your ear ever randomly rings, maybe pay attention to what's around you or like something specific. I don't know. Tinnitus, yes. Hi, Willie. Hello, Willie. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. Tinnitus. I don't have. Yeah, you probably. I mean, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not here to diagnose you, but like, I think tinnitus, it's like literally constant. I think. I don't know. Maybe I could be a little wrong about that, but like, yeah. Okay. So, here's the page in case you want to pause it in the future. The Queen of Coins is a practical and even-handed provider, adept at maintaining and distributing her resources in efficient ways. Like her, you are an effective leader who is sought for your fair-minded counsel, and you often take on daring responsibilities. You are more than capable of caring for an entire network of people. The Queen of Coins also points to someone who has struck a positive work-life balance. Ooh, work-life balance. That's reminding me of what you said that angel number meant. Balancing... What did you say? You said... Hold on, I'm scrolling. Balance life in life between reality and the spirit realm. I think yes, I think it's good to be like, I think that's just like kind of a reminder of like when you know, the more you start to learn about spiritual practices and get into that stuff, like, it's important not to neglect your physical reality as well. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I think that's just more like a gentle reminder from them of like, you know, don't forget, you know, to take care of your earthly responsibilities, you know, your responsibilities in everyday life, and in like, don't neglect that part of yourself. Like, make sure you take care of you physically before you always jump into certain spiritual things. Like, I don't know, for example, like maybe if you want to like meditate or do like, I don't know, tarot readings for yourself or something like that, you know, make sure you're not neglecting you and your body, you know, like just have balance with that, you know. I think that's not like a okay, that's why. So because I think you're like, okay, me and you are similar, Sunny, in the fact that like when you are focusing on something, you can get like probably like locked in on it, and like that's just like all you're focusing. It's kind of like that ADHD thing, you know, hyperfixating. So I think it's more so just like remember to like not get so focused or like locked in that like you neglect everything. Cause I do that. You know, I'm still doing my best to figure that out. I think that's why they bring it up. Just a reminder, you know, take care of yourself and your body before, you know, like sometimes certain spiritual endeavors can wait. You know, take care of yourself first. But you know, you're not alone in this. I think that's another thing they're kind of bringing up with this card is like, I think finding community is important. And it can even be like just through like, you know, certain content creators, like not even just streamers, but like YouTube videos. I mean, the way I first started learning tarot was through watching tarot pick-a-piles on YouTube. You know, I just used to, you know, back when I started doing tarot, I would just like watch these readings, just these YouTube videos. And that's helped me kind of understand myself and kind of, you know, see how others are navigating their spiritual journey. And then I started figuring out what works for me, you know? So that even might be a good place for you to start, is just by observing others. Like, you don't always have to just jump into everything, you know? And it might seem really large and daunting. And maybe you're just like not too sure where you want to go with it, and that's okay. Because like I said, you know, you're leading yourself where you need to be. Your guides are also there to help you. I just heard they're kind of like your safety net in a way. They're there, and they're always helping you, even in ways you don't even realize. Like, sometimes you're kind of led away from things and you're not even aware of it, you know? Like, to protect you or to help you. I'm okay, thank you. How was your weekend? My weekend was pretty good overall. Let me think about it. Yeah, I definitely was trying to make sure I was resting and stuff this weekend, so. But yeah, okay. Now with your obstacles. Interesting that these are both pink. They got pink colors. The moon and the 5 of cups. Ooh, I think something you need to be aware of is like, I think something you might learn, especially on your spiritual journey, is like how much energy you are giving others, Sunny. Like, and that includes like how much time you're giving to other people. I think you might start to be more aware of that. And I think you might start to realize, oh, this thing, this person, this group of people is why I sometimes don't feel good. Or maybe you'll start to learn like, oh, I want to kind of avoid these things because I realize this is draining my energy. Because you might be very like receptive to a lot of signals around you, a lot of energy, like with people. Because like with this wave energy, there's just like, I kind of see this as you, and then there's like this wave, this giant wave, and there's people, and like, ooh, something that just came up, like, it's not, something specific that came up is like, you know, it's not your responsibility to use your gifts to go around fixing everyone else's problems. That was a really specific thing that came through. I don't know if like you have tried or maybe want to in the future to use your spiritual gifts like to help people, or to like maybe do readings for people, or something of that sort. I think that's something good to know, is you absolutely can do that. You're allowed to do that, but I think you just definitely need to be aware of like who you are letting in, you know, and who you are actually choosing to spend that energy on. Because especially, you know, as someone who's been doing tarot, and as someone who's just been, I don't know, I've never like called myself psychic, but like, I've definitely had a lot of spiritual experiences since I was a child, you know. I'm a lot more aware of my energy now, and I'm a lot more aware of like how to protect myself, or just like what things to avoid, to be honest, than I used to be, you know, when I was like a child. I didn't know anything. Anyways, my point with that is, people who are spiritual and are receptive and empathetic and are wanting to help others, like, you become more and more of a beacon of light, Sunny. Because I know I am. People come like moths to the light. And like I said, you have to remember it's not your responsibility to just fix everyone's life and fix all their problems. You can absolutely help people, and especially if that, that brings you joy and that's something fulfilling for you. I mean, obviously I love, helping people with like tarot and stuff. Like I think I'm good at this. I do my best. I do my best to, provide comfort for people. But you have to remember that, like, there has to be limits and boundaries. That's a big thing. It's boundaries. Do not let this wave of people crash over you, because you absolutely need to have boundaries when doing this type of work for other people. You need to be very aware of like who you're giving readings to, and like, or like, but yeah, it's just setting boundaries and setting those things in place. Because yeah, otherwise it's gonna really affect you and overwhelm you, and it's just, yeah. So yeah, that's a big thing, is you don't like owe, especially like if you're doing it for free, for example, like you don't owe people anything really. Like if you're choosing to do it because you want to, then that's one thing. But never let anyone like guilt you, or just like, I've had to step away from people who have like, I won't get too much into this, but like, I guess were really draining for me, because they would just like get readings from me all the time and just like come to me and just always whining and complaining and just like, like it got to a point where I was just like, I needed to just step away, and that's, and like, the point is like, you have every right to step away, because this is your energy you're using, this is your time, you are doing this, so just don't let people like that get too close to you, and just be cautious and aware, And like, it's not your responsibility to fix everything. It's not your responsibility to fix and heal everyone. Listen, I'm a very kind person. I'm a people pleaser. I go out of my way for people all the time still. But I've gotten better at respecting myself and my time and my own energy, and prioritizing myself first. Like, you don't have to carry the weight of the world, especially because you have like spiritual gifts or whatever. Like, you don't owe that to the world, like, that's yours. You don't owe the world all your time and energy and your body and just everything. You don't owe everyone everything. Like, it should come from a place of like wanting to help people, but having limits and boundaries, and like respecting yourself as well. Yeah. That was a big thing that I felt with this, is just like, yeah. Because especially if you start telling people like, hey, I'm doing readings now, like, just be careful of people like abusing that, I guess, out of you, Let's look at the moon card in reverse. Let's look at what that says for this tarot deck, because I don't think I've read the specific one for this deck yet. sing a song for me. I loved you like the sun. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the page. Yes, Moon is my name for a reason. It is a name that has followed me throughout my whole life. Moon will sing a song for me. I love you like the sun. Ooh. Where is it? Around here somewhere. Here it is. Yes. Oh, a pretty card. Oh! Ah! Sorry, I just read like the first sentence and I was like, dang. Mine is the sun and the moon, half. Yeah! That's really nice. I feel like that's really cool. I like the duality of that. I do. Okay, but reverse. Alright, here's the page in case you want to pause it in the future. But it says, and again, this is still your obstacle cards. In this position, the moon suggests that you may find it difficult to trust yourself. Identify the things that make you doubt your own judgment. Are you motivated by obligation, or are you listening to your gut? You may need to examine when your decisions are informed by someone else's fears. That felt like a pretty powerful, straightforward, like, big struggle you may have is trusting yourself. And I think that is very common for a lot of people into spiritual practices. Because I deal with this and I still doubt myself, but I'm so much better. I'm so much better. I'm still working on it, to be honest, but I'm a lot better at trusting myself and my intuition. It is really hard growing up in the societies of this world, you know, where a lot of times we are taught to not follow our gut, or like we're taught to follow certain structures, certain things, and so we doubt ourselves. We're taught to question ourselves constantly. And now, like, I think in certain situations, you know, reflecting, questioning things is good, but I think a lot of us don't know how to trust ourselves, don't know how to trust our intuition, especially when we're getting into spiritual practices. So something I will tell you, Sunny, is listen to the voice inside of you that is not yelling and panicking, that is not always super loud. Listen to the voice that is calm and quiet, because that a lot of times is your actual intuition. And now it'll still, like, there's nuances to that for every person, right? But like, that is what I taught, is like your anxiety or your doubt or just like your fears, those will be a lot louder and a lot more like, ah. But I have found your actual intuition, actual messages you were receiving are usually a lot more calmer, and they're just kind of there, chilling. You know? If that makes sense. So that was some advice I received a long time ago, and I still hear people talk about that advice. What if I have multiple voices in my head? Well, that's what I mean, is like, you're gonna have to learn how to decipher what is your intuition, you know? And there's a lot of practice you can, there's even like YouTube videos where they do like intuition tests. So maybe you can look some of those up. Like, for example, people will like be like, okay, there's like videos that'll be like, okay, test your intuition. What color is in here? I'll give you a couple seconds to meditate. You guys actually want to try it? What color ring am I holding? Okay. It is green. It's okay if you didn't get that right. To be honest, I wasn't like super focused. But anyways, there's like things like that. There's like videos like that. And obviously there's other ways like where you can like genuinely practice. Like for example, like with me with tarot readings, I used to just practice with people online all the time. I did so many free readings and stuff like that. And obviously I'm still doing a lot of free readings, right? But like I was very doubtful of myself back then. And yeah, you'll figure out your own ways to learn to trust yourself. It's okay, guys. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even always right with these videos, but I know I'm doing something right with my intuition because of the readings I'm doing, so yeah. But anyways, I think it's a big obstacle that you'll kind of learn over time how to overcome, and yeah, that's a big part of it, is just learning to trust yourself. I think that's one of the first steps, honestly, that a lot of us go through, is like learning to decipher what feels right to you. And a lot of times it's more so a feeling of feeling when something's right for you. You're not gonna be like always like, well, okay, like I said, there's nuance to this, okay? But usually it's more so a feeling of like calm and safety rather than just constant panic. But yeah, you'll figure it out. But like I said, take your time. You'll figure out like your own specific things that'll work for you. Now, finally, with your advice card, we got the Six of Swords. Let me drink some water. Okay. Let's, where is the guide? This one, hold on. It is somewhere. This life is amazing when you're greeted with open arms. Okay. So initial things I'm getting with this, with your advice. Sunny is, you know, Six of Swords talks about letting go. The swords in general talk about our thoughts, our head space, our mental space, things kind of relating to that, communication, intelligence, but for you, I think this is more so talking about maybe certain beliefs you have. You might start to question things that you used to, or you might start to question your perspective on the world and the way it used to be. I think that'll start to change. And maybe you're ready for that. Some things, it might not be a big deal, but there might be bigger things you might learn about yourself and about what is meant for you that will really, you'll really have to do some like, I guess, mental rewiring, rethinking, like moving, like kind of changing your beliefs and perspective about the world. And I think in order to grow in this way, especially spiritually, is you're going to have to learn how to let go of certain things, how to let go of certain ideas you used to have about things. I already feel like, though, Sunny, you have a really good head on your shoulders, I feel like you're really trying. I feel like you're really trying to be understanding of others, to be understanding of the world, and to be respectful. Be respectful of others and their differences. So I feel like there's probably a lot of things you have dealt with where you have felt different from other people, where you have been an outcast, and I feel like you have a lot of sympathy, empathy for that, and you're doing your best not to. I feel like you really try your best never to harm other people or to be hurtful, even accidentally. Maybe you feel really bad when you do slip up, even when you weren't intending that. I don't know if there's maybe even certain things that happened in the past that still kind of haunt you or you think about a lot, like moments where you have messed up. And I think that's another thing you're gonna have to let go. You're going to have to learn to forgive yourself. Oh, yeah, okay. Lots of times when we kind of go into our spirituality, we're learning to heal, and healing isn't always pretty. I think you're gonna start to learn how to forgive yourself for certain things, because maybe there's certain mistakes, certain things that have happened in your life that you still regret, you still think about all the time. And me too, Sunny. There's mistakes I've made years ago that like don't even really matter anymore, but they still haunt me. So I get it. But you have to remember that you are a different person now. You are growing into a different person. You are not that person anymore. And you can't change the past. And at some point, you are going to have to let go and forgive yourself for those things in some way. Because you can't grow, you can't move on if you are chaining yourself to that identity that is no longer you. Because that's the thing, is like, you are different. You are a different person now. You're a different person than from when you were yesterday, you know? We're always changing and growing. And that's why you have to learn to forgive yourself, because it's like you're holding yourself back. Especially if it's something in the past that you can't change. You just have to, you know, be better and learn from it. And I think you're probably trying really hard to do that. And I feel like you're quite good at that. I think some people don't realize how empathetic you are. They don't realize how much you really are trying, especially in social situations. I feel like people might misunderstand you a lot, Sunny, and your intentions. I don't know if maybe like language barriers might be a part of that as well. And that might really, like, you might really feel bad about that, but you're human. You're going to make mistakes, Sunny. You don't have to be perfect, and you're trying. And I think that's the important thing, is I feel like I know, and your spirit guides know, and people who really know you and love you know that you have good intentions. You have good intentions, you know, and that's it's hard because sometimes we hurt people, sometimes we mess up, even when we were intending to be good, you know? It happens. But you can't hold those mistakes over your head forever. You have to allow yourself to move on in some way and forgive yourself. Whoa, I feel like I was channeling so much then. I feel like I was really in the flow. Like from your guides or something. A lot of times people think my kindness is toxic, but once that's maybe they actually see what. Yeah. I think it's important to find people who do actually understand you, you know? I don't know if something maybe you've struggled with. This might be kind of going into like maybe some of the mistakes you've made, is maybe you've struggled with boundaries yourself, and like knowing what boundaries certain people have, or not realizing certain people have had certain boundaries, and you've crossed those boundaries and you've upset people. And so I think, whereas, like, I think that's something to be aware of. That might be something you're learning and figuring out still, is like, you're trying your best to now understand other people's boundaries and know their boundaries while also setting your own. I think that's a lesson you're learning, for sure. And I think it is good to, you know, not just ignore when you've messed up, but, like, you know, take accountability, responsibility. Take accountability of what you've done. But after you've done that is when you can, you know, move on, you know. But at first you can't like skip over, like, taking accountability, if that makes sense, you know. But I'm sure that's something you're already aware of and working on. Let me see what the word, because this deck doesn't have, like, super detailed descriptions for every single card. Ah! Okay, yeah. The word for the Six of Swords in this deck is transformation. You're transforming, and in order to do that, yeah, you're gonna have to learn to move on, take accountability of your actions of the past, and then learn how to let go and move on and all that. Basically everything I was already yapping about, but yeah. I think you're gonna be just fine, Sunny. You know, take it one day at a time. Remember, you know, no one's expecting you to just, like, change overnight. You know, like, it's a process. And be patient and kind to yourself. I think you're doing your best. Yeah. Okay. I think that's where I'm gonna end your reading, Sunny. I really hope that resonated. I hope you enjoyed that. At the very least, I hope you enjoyed listening to me yap. And remember, you can rewatch this reading anytime over on my YouTube channel with the timestamp I gave you. But yeah, I'm wishing you the very best, Sunny. Okay. As always, we are going to go on an ad break between readings. Yeah, ad break. And then we will do our next reading afterwards. So if you haven't already joined the freebie queue, it's !join on YouTube or on Twitch. And if you're on YouTube, you can ask, I'll add you to the queue. I think I might do at least one more free reading today. However, it might depend on if anyone donates. If you would like a guaranteed reading, prioritized, and in more cards, you're welcome to donate to my Kofi. That is an option since, you know, there is still a lot of people in the queue, and I wish I could get to everyone, but I just don't always have the energy for that. So if someone donates, we will go to their reading next. But no worries, I would do another freebie if not. So to me, remove Sunny. Oh, thank you for the bits. What the heck? Oh, Sunny, that's so nice. Thank you so much. Thank you, hopefully. It does. That means a lot to me. You didn't have to do that. Thank you, Sunny. That means a lot. That's so kind of you. What the heck? You guys are so sweet. What the heck? Thank you. Okay. I will see you guys after the ads. Let me do the thing. I have a couple questions, but ooh. Oh my gosh, my dog. I'm so sorry. Hello. Hello, hello. Were you guys having fun with the words? Or did you already get this one? I don't know, sometimes I think it's a little glitchy. But yeah, I am back. I am back. Okay. So, unless someone donates for the donation reading, we will pick another freebie from the freebie queue. So, once again, !join on Twitch. If you are on YouTube, you can ask and I'll add you to the queue. Just remember, free readings are chosen randomly. Love a good words on stream session. Yes, yes. I'm gonna put the cards away, just in case anyone else wants a chance to join. Otherwise, we will pick another freebie. Okay. Let's see who's in the list. Bum, bum, bum. Oh yeah, Willie, what I was saying before my dog started barking and the ads played. Yeah, you're welcome to, ask me tarot questions during stream. But also, you know, if I'm a little busy or anything, I'm also happy to answer tarot questions in my Discord server, which you all are welcome to join if you're 18 plus. There's the link in the Twitch chat there. But yeah, I'm happy to answer questions in like the tarot channel or the spirituality channel. Yeah, as long as they are within my rules. But yes, okay. Let's see, who's gonna be our next freebie? And like I said, this might be the final free reading for today, just because I can feel myself getting a little tired. Hi, Alchemy! Oh, hi, Rocket! Oh my goodness, hello! Hi, guys! Feel like I got ambushed. No, I'm just kidding. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I am a little emotional today, but that's okay. I can leave the queue. No, you don't have to leave. I'm like about to choose someone from the freebie queue, so you guys join just in time. Ooh, okay, let me look at Willie's question. I had 2 questions that sprung to mind. Can a tarot reader read for themselves, or is it better to have someone else do their reading? And the other question was about your reading area, the items, stones, etc. Just general interest in it. Ooh, okay. Sorry, I keep scrolling and losing the question. Tarot readers can absolutely read for themselves. There's actually a lot of people who do tarot like strictly just for themselves. Like you could just you could absolutely do that for yourself. Like you could, like, there's people who, you know, might like have a tarot deck and they might just pull a daily card, you know. They might wake up and be like, oh, you know what, I want some advice for today. Or for example, for decks like this one isn't necessarily a tarot deck. Let me show you. This is one of my favorites to use on stream. This is, hold on, let me grab the book. So this isn't necessarily a tarot deck. This is more of like an oracle deck, which basically means it doesn't follow the like 78 card meanings, you know. Like oracle decks are more, they're kind of just about whatever. But I love these. Like, I know people sometimes will use decks like this, for example. They'll be like, Spirit, what is my energy today? What do I need to know about my energy today, you know? And they'll shuffle and all that, and they'll be like, oh, my energy's rabbits, you know? And, you know, or they can ask the same types of questions you see on stream and do it for themselves. However, I do also know there is a lot of people there is tarot readers who do find it hard to read for themselves, especially if they're like reading for other people a lot. I have this problem. I do tarot for myself. However, I personally like to go to other readers sometimes because it is easier, because, like, you know, they don't have the bias that I have, you know? So personally, I am a tarot reader who does like to go to other tarot readers sometimes. I can read for myself, and I do, but sometimes if it's something that I'm not too sure about, I will go to other people. I hope you feel better now. Aw. Yeah, I'm okay. I was just emotional. I was talking about this earlier. I was just emotional today because I finished watching Heated Rivalry. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't know, I just feel like I got really emotional as someone who is transgender, a transgender queer person. I don't know, I was really feeling for the characters and their struggles in that show. So that's why I've been emotional. I've just been like, oh, it's a beautiful story. but like also to make me think about my own life, you know? I keep reheating the rivalry to relive the beautiful story. It is really cute. I also think it's nice, to have a queer story that, like, overall, guys, there's a lot of queer media where just absolutely horrific stuff happens. I've been pretty desensitized, to be honest. So, like, I will say, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but, like, the dilemmas in the show, oh, that is nothing compared to, like, to some of the stuff I've seen, okay? I have watched, I don't know if some of you know what banana fish is, but I think banana fish has desensitized me to, like, bro, the pain that banana fish has brought to me, I just don't think will ever go away. Therefore, you know, I can handle I can handle a lot of other stuff because banana fish is, like, actually, I don't even have the words for it right now. Not banana. Lyra knows. Lyra knows. Dude. Yes, it is the one about the hockey players, and yeah. Do I dare go banana? Okay, no. Okay, no. On, like, a serious note, if any of you ever do want to watch Banana Fish, please look up the trigger warnings. When I mean, like, it is, like, a very, like, gruesome, traumatic show, like, it really, it's like, you know, it is an anime, but I honestly haven't seen really any other anime that, like, covers a lot of the topics that this anime cover. It's a lot. So please, if any of you, I love the show, I love it, despite how it's, you know, kind of hurt me. But it is actually very, very dark. I know a lot of people don't even consider it a BL, to be honest, because a lot of the focus is just a lot of other things going on. So please look up the trigger warnings if any of you, you know, want to watch it. I do love it. I do recommend it, but, like, it's definitely not for everyone, especially with all the trigger warnings it has, okay? Like, there's some really crazy stuff in there. Dark things. And not just your usual anime dark. I mean, like, very, very dark. However, anyways, I do love it very dearly. I do rewatch it sometimes, and I go through a crisis every time. But like, the good moments in that show are what make it worth it to me. I'm gonna not ramble too much about this, but I love it. But yeah, just be careful. It has queer tendencies, but it's a romance per se, but yeah, be careful. Yeah. Like, there is, you know, queerness in it, but that's not necessarily, like, the focus of the show. Anyways, that's why watching heated rivalry, you know, nothing, I have yet to find something that crushes me as much as banana fish, to be honest. So I can handle it. Heated rivalry did make me cry, but that's more so because of my own journey being an LGBTQ person, you know, and relating to it. And it's so, yeah. Anyway, my point in that is, it was very nice seeing a nice queer story like that, you know, where there isn't like super crazy dark stuff happening in it, because unfortunately there is a lot of, I think that is kind of hard to find, and you know, I won't go to it, but yeah. Anyways, that was my little ramble. Lyra, I'm so sorry I reminded you of banana fish. Like, sometimes, you know, I'm living my life, and then I just remember. And then I'm like, oh, gets to me. But anyways, okay, we're gonna choose. I think Alchemy said they had to go. Sorry. Alchemy, I hope you have a good day. You're probably gone already, but... Okay, let's look at the list and choose our next reading. Okay. My thing fell on the floor. Okay. Stella, are you still here? Hi, Stella! Congrats, you've been chosen for probably the final free reading for today. Yippee! Yeah, so let me know what your question is, let me know what kind of reading you're wanting, and if you would like, you can choose from one of my freebie spreads right here. But yeah, no worries if you have something specific and you're not sure, just let me know what kind of reading you're wanting. And with that, yeah, like I said, I think that might be the final free reading for today, but fear not, my people, for I do tarot streams pretty much every Monday. I try sometimes to do it on other days. Lately though, Mondays have worked the best for me. But if you are interested in keeping up with me and my schedule, you are welcome to join my Discord server. You can get updates about my schedule for each week and what I'm up to and what's happening and hang out with the community and all of that, you know? You don't have to join, but it's a good way to stay connected with me and the community off stream. Cause sometimes I do be doing random streams here and there, so. Yeah. May I please have general? Hey, I want to hear what the cards say to tell me no matter what it. Yeah, we can do that for you. So that is past, present, and future. Yeah, we can absolutely do that for you. Okay, I'm going to write your name down and shuffle your cards. I'm gonna do it off camera just because that's kind of how I do it. But I will show you everything once I've shuffled and get your timestamp for you. But yeah, I think this will probably be the final free reading for today. Oh wow, I've been live for 3 hours, that's crazy. But just so you guys know, donation readings are open the entire stream. So if you missed your chance, and if you want to and are able to, you are welcome to donate for a reading still, throughout the whole stream. Those don't close during the stream. But obviously, like I said, that's option. And you will have more chances to get freebies from me, my next tarot stream, which will probably be Monday. Unless I randomly decide to do an extra one. I used to try to do 2 to 3 tarot streams a week, but recently I've been a lot busier with, you know, my private readings and my art commissions. I also try to post on TikTok and YouTube Shorts and all that, so I'd be busy along with my other life responsibilities. What the fuck? Sorry. Oh, I love Dan and Phil. I don't know. I just got a notification they posted a TikTok, but all I saw in the notification title for it was just this. Hold on. It was just screaming. They're so goofy. Anyways. That honestly not the wildest thing they've had for their titles. They've had some pretty crazy stuff ever since they came out as a couple, so but I've been very much enjoying this new journey that they're on. It's been great. I actually I have a Dan and Phil. I bought this year's Dan and Phil calendar. It's pretty great. Okay, you wanted past, present, future. Dan and Phil, as in the YouTubers who've been around for years. Yes, that Dan and Phil. I love them very dearly. Oh wow, I didn't realize it. Yes, and something months ago now, they released a video that changed the entire course of everything, okay? They released a video where they confirmed that they have actually been in a relationship for 16 years. It's a whole thing. It's a whole rabbit hole. Yeah, I don't think they're married, but they've been partners like the entire time they've been doing YouTube. I mean, it was kind of a... That's a whole can of worms, to be honest, Willie. A lot of people have theorized. They've been through I'm not gonna get too much into this Dan and Phil ramble, but they've been through a lot. I'm honestly so happy for them, and I'm glad that they're in this place now, because they've had so many people be so parasocial with them and invading their privacy, so I completely understand like why they have kept it a secret for so long. People have just been really invasive, and they've just been through some actually genuinely horrible things that like I think a lot of people are grateful that they still are even doing content, because they've dealt with like such horrible things because people, you know, were theorizing that they were in a relationship and just took that way too far. Took it way too far. But they're in this new era, and they were already so funny, but ever since releasing their video, like they started a podcast. I watch it every Monday. I love them. They're great. They're awesome. Okay, anyways. Back to tarot. You guys got me yapping about all these things. Actually, I think I brought that up, to be honest. I brought up the notification because I thought it was funny. No, you guys are fine. Thank you for listening to me yap about my hyperfixations. My interests. Oh, and then... Okay, sorry. Brain's rambling. I'm still shuffling cards. But... Dan and Phil on their Patreon are actually reacting to Heated Rivalry. They did the first episode on YouTube. That is another thing that made me emotional about Heated Rivalry, is like thinking about the fact that Dan and Phil, I've seen from people in the fandom that like Dan and Phil like relate so hard to a lot of the queer struggles in that show, because you know there's gay people hiding their relationship because they're scared. And that was also making me emotional as I've been watching it, is like thinking about like, oh, like not even just fictional characters going through this, but it's the fact that like real people go through this, and like specifically with Dan and Phil and what I know they've been through is like, it's it made me I cried a little bit about that, but anyways. Hi Sunshiny on YouTube, I hope you're having a good day. Ooh. Okay, that's a cool card. Whoa, okay. I like these cards. Okay, shuffling your final card, Stella. Thank you for being patient. Okay. Let's get your timestamp. Okay, Stella. So, your timestamp is 3 hours, 16 minutes, and 48 seconds. So, since I am streaming on both Twitch and YouTube right now, if you ever want to rewatch your reading, you can do so over on my YouTube channel. All my streams save there afterwards, and I usually put the timestamp in the comments below when stream is over. Okay, let me write that down. Okay, so I kind of pulled 2 energies for your present and 1 for your future. So kind of the energies you're embodying right now and in the future. And then I pulled a tarot card for your past. Oh my god, this ring. I have small hands. Ugh, it's annoying me. Okay. One second, my dog wants back in my room. Okay, so Stella, for your present energy, your current energy right now, we got the Moth. I love this card. I'm obsessed. And you know what's funny? If you notice on my YouTube stream, the thumbnail has, I usually choose a different color for the words every time I stream. So today I chose green. I was really drawn to green today. I'm pretty sure. But also on the Twitch VOD, you will see after stream, I usually put up the thumbnail for this. So if you look back, it'll be green. But yeah. And for your possible future energy, we got the Hummingbird. I love these so much. And finally, for your past card, we got the Seven of Swords. This ring. Feels like it's falling off a lot for this reading specifically. Or maybe I'm just noticing it more now. Whatever. But yes. So these are both air types. I don't know why Libra also came to my mind. I just heard that in my head. You don't have to be a Libra. But that type of energy just came to mind. Ooh, okay. I feel like we should probably kind of go in order of like past, present, future with this. So with this Seven of Swords, this talks about deception, being dishonest, concealing, hiding, especially, you know, the swords talk about our mental space, our head space, communication with others, logic, intelligence, that kind of thing. Ooh. I don't know if you have dealt with people who have been dishonest, or I don't know if you've also maybe been in a situation with your past of like having to hide away or having to hide away parts of yourself, or yeah, just take this however it resonates. If something doesn't resonate, then feel free to ignore it. Yeah, deception is a big word that comes to my mind. Like, I don't know if you've been tricked, or if there's certain things that were hidden for so long from you, or maybe you hid from others. And that's not me like calling you a liar, like, I don't know. It'll really depend on how it resonates, but yeah, there's just this energy of like, as you can see, like this person being like hidden in the night, you know? Ooh, I'm also noticing with this imagery, how the swords are yellow, just like the moon, and I almost feel like the moonlight is shining light on the swords, maybe shining light on secrets or certain things. And you know, the moon, represents a lot of things, but a lot of times the moon, that is kind of what it does. Like that is one interpretation of that energy, is shining a light on things that are hidden in the dark, things in our subconscious, things in our inner world, things that are hiding in the shadows. Take my dog. Ooh, 1 second, give me a second. Whop. Okay. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I'm gonna look at the guidebook for this to see if anything else specific to this deck comes up. So here's the page in case you want to pause it. In the future, I also see 44 as an angel number. So I'm gonna add to the angel number counter. Okay, it says, the Seven of Swords marks you as the betrayer. You saw opportunities and took them by whatever means you could. You prioritized getting ahead over your personal ideals. This card represents those moments where you find yourself lying through your teeth in an effort to avoid responsibility. And worse, you seem to be getting away with your dishonesty. Like I said, I think take this however it resonates. Like, this probably is talking about maybe like specific things in your past or just certain energy that you've dealt with. But obviously I do not know context or specifics of, but I do feel like that could be it. Like maybe in your past I don't know if maybe you have feelings of regret or shame of how you've acted, or just in general you felt like you were pushed in a corner to kind of like be in this type of darkness. Because now I'm looking at like your current energy and this is kind of lining up, right? Which I'll get into, but I don't know, maybe you were kind of in a situation in an environment where you had to act a certain way, or were surrounded by people who you couldn't really trust. Maybe you've been betrayed. Just in general, kind of like in this sort of darkness. Yeah, that is a word that comes up, is shame. So I don't know if there's things you're ashamed of, or regret, or mistakes you've made, or just in general things that have happened that just don't feel good, you know? But with this moth being your present current energy, moths are very drawn to light. And I see you as this moth currently emerging from this darkness, which I think is really beautiful and makes sense, like with your past, with how things are lining up. It's like you're moving on from this energy and this era in your life, in your past. But I'm excited. Let's read the guidebook for this one. Oh, 1 second. Finding the page. Okay. Here's the page in case you want to pause it in the future. So, the keywords we have are impulsive, hasty, wishful. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personality. Oh my gosh, sorry. I don't know how much it picks up on my mic, but I hope it's not too loud. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery, rather than wishing it was easier or different. When in balance, enthusiastic, whimsical. When out of balance, idealizes others, jittery. To bring into balance, finish a project. Maybe you're feeling drawn to a lot of different things right now, Stella. Maybe a lot of things are catching your eye, and maybe there's a lot of opportunities or just ideas you have, and you feel like there's all these things maybe you're being drawn to. But in general, like I said, I feel like you're being drawn into the light. You're being drawn towards things that I think are meant for you and I think are good for you, and I think you might be kind of working out how to decipher that energy right now. And I think a good thing to focus on is to take things one step at a time. Like this mentions, like, to bring into balance, finish a project. To try to center yourself, center your focus, center your goals, maybe even write out your goals. Like maybe you are kind of scattered with all your ideas and things you're trying to achieve right now, that it might be good, if you haven't already, to like list things out. Make lists of your goals, of the steps you want to take, of the things, the energies that you want to embody day to day. I almost feel like your energy does feel very like this air energy, like it feels like you're hard to catch, like you're just here and you're there and you're flying everywhere and you're just like, you know, very, as it mentioned, whimsical. You might be feeling very whimsical right now, which is the things you're trying to embody in your life at the moment. But I think that's just kind of some general advice for you, is to try to steer your focus and to center yourself. That's what I keep hearing. Try to center yourself. And maybe you feel less of a weight than you used to feel, so maybe that's why you're excited, because maybe you have more energy now, or trying to, you know, make a life where you do have more energy and you're able to explore these things, whereas I feel like maybe you used to be limited because of your past. But now there's like a sense of you feeling more free and being more free and wanting to explore that. And I think you should, but I think it would be good for you to find focus. Yeah. Okay, now let's look into your possible future. And for that we pulled another energy card, which was the hummingbird. Now, just remember, anytime I talk about the future, please take it with a grain of salt. The future's always changing, energy's always changing. I could be right, I could be wrong. But yeah, okay. Now, hummingbird, another wonderful, beautiful energy. Very sing-songy. Just in general, I feel like the word whimsical really works for you and your energy. I mean, you got the moth and the hummingbird, which I feel like are very like sweet energies, very fun, very vibrant. There's a lot of color here. One second, let me sip some water. Ooh, I see you learning how to channel this energy, this potential that you're feeling right now. I see you learning to figure out how you can properly channel I guess, like the energy, your goals, the things you're trying to achieve. I feel like this is you finding that sense of like harmony and light that you're looking for. You might just have a very like vibrant mind. You might have a lot of thoughts. Because the hummingbirds, I'm thinking about how fast they fly and their wings and they're here and they're there. I almost feel like your energy levels have like progressed over time and will continue to progress. And I feel like that's a good thing for you. You know, you used to kind of be hiding away, low energy. Then we kind of are emerging into the light with this moth. And with this hummingbird, things feel a lot quicker, a lot faster. I don't know how like into spirituality you are. I don't know if you like to manifest or into that kind of thing. But if you do, if you like to manifest, like consciously and like, I feel like you might get better at that. But just in general, this to me is kind of an energy of like learning to channel the things around you better and to orchestrate your life better, more efficiently. That's the big thing, is like being efficient, being quick and fast, but also like almost like I just heard maximizing your life, which there may be some advice here to like remember to have moments where you slow down, where you have moments of peace and calm and serenity and time just to catch your breath, because I feel like you're very like everywhere. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but, you know, it's important to have that time to yourself. Alright. Let me find the hummingbird. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, I'm excited for this future energy. I feel like, you know, I feel like if you feel you're not like as put together as you wish you were, I think you're gonna get there. You know, you're gonna progress. You know, we all grow over time. But here is the page in case you want to pause it in the future. So, keywords are positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it turns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird, and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth saving or savoring. When in balance, smart, curious, loves to learn. When out of balance, pushy, insistent, sharp. To bring into balance, take a class. Spiritually resourceful. Yeah. Like I said, I feel like you're gonna get better at learning how to navigate things, and also just like, yeah, like, or at least know where to find that information. I really like this card. This is a nice card. I feel like if you were wondering if things are gonna get better or go up for you, they absolutely will. I feel like you're learning how to create the life and space that you want, and that will provide the things that you want for you. It'll take time for sure, but like, I feel like you're doing good. Like, overall, this has been a great reading. Like, genuinely, not everyone's reading is like this. Stella, like, I feel like you're just gradually like leveling up and gradually finding your way, and like, I think this is just overall confirmation that you're doing good. You're doing great. Like, keep going. Keep doing what you're doing, because you're figuring it out. you know, you're still gonna have your struggles along the way, but like, I feel like you're doing great. So be nice to yourself. Don't be too harsh on yourself if you have been. Give yourself a lot of credit. You should be really proud of the progress you've made in your life, because I feel like you're on this incredible journey from where you used to be. So you're doing great. You're doing great. Yeah. I think that's where I'm gonna end your reading, Stella. Yeah, I hope that resonated. I hope that helped. Hope that meant something. At the very least, I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble. Like I said, if you ever want to rewatch your reading, you can do so over on my YouTube channel with the timestamp I gave you. And yeah, I'm wishing you the very best. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out today, Stella. Yippee! Good job today, Moon. Thank you, Lyra, and thank you for hanging out as well. And Willie and everyone else. Thank you, Lyra. That means a lot. Means a lot. I don't know if you can tell, but I am getting tired, so. Unless anyone has any last-minute donation readings they want to do, I think we will find someone to raid out to. So last call. Let me sip some water. What? I feel like it was a very good tarot day. How are you guys doing? A little check-in again. I hope you guys are doing good still, or, you know, I hope you've been enjoying the stream, enjoying hanging out. Aw, thank you, Willie. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's so nice of you. Yeah. Just remember, if anyone wants to join my Discord server, you are absolutely welcome to. You can get updates about when I'm streaming next. I usually stream tarot on Mondays, sometimes Wednesdays. It kind of depends. Lately, I've just been busy, so I've mostly dedicated tarot to Mondays for now. But I like this giant emote. Yes, it is very fun to use the giant emotes. I agree. But yeah, last call for any donation readings through my Kofi, if anyone wants that. But if not, absolutely okay. Let me start to look for someone to raid. Okay. Dang, it's almost been 4 hours today. It's crazy. Ooh. Okay, there's a couple people we could raid. Okay, I think I know someone I want to read. Alright, okay. So yes, we are gonna get ready to raid now since no donation readings have come through, which is completely okay, But yes, join my Discord if you haven't already. I might be back this week doing Root on Thursday. I will have to check in though. We've had to cancel a few times. Just because one of the members hasn't been feeling well. But yeah, okay. For the raid message, the first one is for subscribers, the second one is for followers. So copy whichever one works for you. And we will raid someone that I don't think we've raided before, but they are playing Heartopia currently, which I've been obsessed with. I haven't logged in today because I was locked in on other stuff, but yeah, copy your raid message. But yeah, thank you all for joining me today, my little pixies. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great rest of your days. Please go show some love. It would mean a lot if you stayed for the raid, copied the message. It means a lot to me. You don't have to stay the whole time. I get it if you gotta go do things, but it'd mean a lot if you helped me with that. Oh yes, you're gonna raid this other streamer. Okay, I think I spelled it right. Yes. Okay, we're gonna raid Bonbon Giggles. Okay. Take care, everyone. You can't join my Discord. Wait, why? Is the link expired or anything, or it doesn't allow me to be called with me? Huh? Wait. That's weird. Uh-oh. Well, Willie, I think... What the heck? That's crazy. Okay, I'm so sorry. Willie, I think you're in... Surely we're in, like, a server together. I think we might be in, like Lost server or someone together or whatever. I'll try to get you in if you want. I'm so sorry about that. What the heck? I didn't know. Okay, yeah, I'll send you a personal invite or something because that's crazy. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. But yeah. Okay. I will see you guys later. Take care of yourselves. Hydrate. Drink water. Do all the things. And I love you all very much. Bye-bye.